What's going on, guys? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Getting everything set up here. How's everyone doing today? We're watching a couple of levels here. 30,426. That's the end of month expected move. We blew through that this morning. I mean, absolutely blew through it. Fantastic long. You know, if you look at the first opening candle, immediate spike right to that level, pulled right back down, and then boom, snapped right back off those momentum averages. What's going on, Charlie? That 426 area again, buddy. We got to watch it. Again, because of the initial breakthrough that, I mean, again, don't get me wrong. I love a good bull market. Love a good bull market, which we've had. Fantastic bull market. But I mean, some of this price action is just absolutely wild. I think enough for everyone to kind of make cash today, right? I mean, you had fantastic longs. You had a phenomenal short setup. A lot of these levels on the flow map, they played out this week, right? So kind of setting those levels last Friday into Sunday to kind of start the week. Those levels really, they helped me out a lot this week because like, so for example, I kind of missed this initial push up, right? Just because I hate trading right off the open. It's so damn volatile. You know, 130-40 point candle that goes against you, you feel like the world's on fire. So I tend to try to like stick out, stay out of the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So when I seen it spike into 30,425 or 426 area, and it started to aggressively pull back off the open, I started thinking, okay, maybe that's the first touch. They're gonna yank this. So I was kind of waiting for like 326 to get broken, so I can go short. It never happened. Next candle immediately spiked back up right over 426, and then I had to just continue to go with the flow. And that's a perfect example where I had no intentions of wanting to go long off the open at all, just because of how far it's extended. I mean, even if you think about the daily 5 SMA, it's sitting all the way down at 30,070s, right? So daily support, if you want to quote unquote call it that, daily support is like 350 points below us. So on an aggressive pullback, there can definitely be a very fast move off the open. But luckily, you know, we continue to just push into those 500s. So, but the better trade for me, because again, I think it's just a me thing. I don't trust these moves off the open, especially in this market. But the better move for me is waiting all the way until we got below 426. Once we lost it right in here, where's my drawing tool at? Once we lost it right in here, we lost it, and then I started to see that 5 cross below the 10, and we were closed below. So I knew that any pop, right, into that supply, I could potentially go short back through those lows, targeting that 326 and then down below. That was trade number 2. And then the next one was the reclaim of 326. There was like some news candle that came out. Supposedly Trump is meeting in the Situation Room or something in 30 minutes when this came out, and the market just exploded. I mean, this is a fucking 100-point candle. It's crazy. But now the news is kind of digested, so it's like, you know, are we going to continue to go back down, or are we going to continue to go back up? So again, 426 over that, we got to remain bullish. Anything below 326, we start to get a little bit more sell-sided bias. Again, I don't really want to do anything here in the middle between 325 and 400. A little bit of a chop zone there.
I walk in quiet, head down low, like a man who's seen what the night can show.
See if we can catch one more trade at least. Hopefully the market gives us something. Kind of got this 5. Kind of got the flow a little bit stagnant here. Rejection at 426. I'm just trying to play out some situations in my head, what potentially could happen here. You know, the first thing that comes to mind is I want to get back long on this train if we get over 426 and hold, but there might be an opportunity here. This is setting up a little bit of a bear flag. If we lose the momentum averages, we lose that 510, we start to lose VWAP, we lose that anchor, we could be retesting somewhere down here closer to the 20s and 30s, which again, for a scalper, it's plenty of room. You know, especially we don't need to catch too much of the pie to kind of give us a little something. I'm really interested in trying to do something here below 64, just because of the rejection. I'm going to put a little bit of a feeler down here below 64, maybe with a cover at 50, looking for a little bit of a 10 point move. Let's see if we can get that 10 points. Is just very quick. Again, small size here. I just want to gauge, right? Because I really don't want to do too much underneath 426 and above 326. I don't want to do a lot. So I have to kind of pick my spots and like inch into these trades, kind of build into these trades. This might hold up here at the magnet. If it starts to pop above it, you're going to see another retest towards 90s. Still staying rejected here. I needed to go a little bit faster. That's the only problem about taking scalps in the middle of a range. When you're not breaking out or breaking down, it's going to do this to you. You're going to have to be extremely patient and actually see the follow through, or just get out of the trade if you're uncomfortable. There's no shame in getting out of a trade that you're uncomfortable in. What's going on, Jazz? You see, I just don't like how long it's taking to flush. We're below momentum. We're right here just pitter-pattering with this VWAP. Again, trying to play for just even a higher low. Even a higher low wouldn't necessarily be bad, but it looks like it's going to hold here. I will get out any closure over the 10 SMA. So any close back over 95s, it's going to force me out. I don't really like that last 5-minute candle. A little bit of a hammer candle there, showing some strength.
There's a train rolling past my window every night. No conductor, no headlight. Steel wheels crying through the dark like a ghost without a heart.
How'd everyone else do today? We do okay? At least walk away with a little something. Again, remember, it's Friday, guys. You know, don't give away a week's worth just to save one day, you know?
I asked the preacher what it means. He said, son, that train ain't what it seems. Some rides you never choose.
Yeah, 100%, Charlie. This puppy's gonna need a little bit more time. A little bit more time to do something.
Everybody knows someone's soul might ride tonight.
Definitely doing a good job holding.
Oh, that train never stops or slows through the
But if you kind of see, if you see why it's kind of doing this, these two areas that it's trapped in between. So you have VWAP here at 373, and then you have your 510 stacked at 90 and 98. So these areas are going to be extremely choppy, right? So you're looking at, how many points is that? 20 points worth of range there, where it's gonna diddle around in the middle. And obviously, if it closes over, then it's a successful hold, and maybe it starts pushing back up towards 400, 420. Sweet. 368 on the day. You can't complain with that. Great day.
back in 1942.
How much time is left here?
The chair was empty still down on Willow Hill. Widow Mary swears she saw the shadow
Got about 2.5 minutes left on this candle.
when that whistle filled the air. He was gone from there, and the night keep rolling on, dark and long, like a road without an end. Oh, that train never stops or slows through the night where nobody goes. Every mile it steals a name, every heart aflame. Oh, hear that whistle cry again through the thunder.
The second time it's been rejected up here at the 510. Like to see that push come sooner than later, and hopefully I don't get no aggressive snapback here, some news headline, you know, Trump said war's over, Iran's never gonna have nuclear weapons, they're opening up the strait, or whatever the hell he wants. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Like right here, this candle snapped so many people back. I don't know if you guys seen it in the chat in Discord. Elder's like, I kind of feel like there's going to be an aggressive move here. And I was looking at the chart. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. We did sweep through this 303.26 area. If it gets back over and holds, I think, yeah, maybe it's going to grind higher. And then all of a sudden, just massive candle, huge wick. You know what I need on this screen? I need an active clock is what I need. So I can see when these candles, so I don't have to look back and forth. Let's see if I can find one. Only thing is, this is a little big. I can't trade without the clock. That's not gonna work because as soon as I click, it's gonna go off. I guess I'm gonna have to leave it on the other screen. Come on, give me this break here. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's my biggest pet peeve, slow price action. I hate slow price action. You know, just stop me out or pay me. One or the other. Hate slow price action.
Some men trade their souls for silver. I just traded mine for time. Dealer's grin was thin as paper. Cards were sliding like a prayer. Every promise in this building hangs like dust inside the air. You leaned close and whispered softly, boy, the night can make you king.
Any of you guys going to take me up on that offer to start trading a little bit smaller size until you get consistent payouts? Again, I was really thinking about it yesterday. I was like, again, I mean, I've always kind of traded small size, but for prop firms, I always trade a lot bigger. Come on, you son of a bitch, flush. For prop firms, I always trade a lot bigger size, obviously, because you have more room to work with, right? So I think we all know that. You know, you can take as many trades as you want. You can trade a fucking million times a day, and you can just sling around a big size, right? Big contracts, because you know, realistically, no one wants to sit in fucking evaluations for 2 weeks, right? Which, again, hey, it is what it is. But when I started really thinking about it, I'm like, when I trade my personal account, now not options, I'm a little bit more, I do throw around some decent size on options, but options is a little bit different. When I trade shares on equities and stuff, there's a little bit different risk management. But when I trade futures on my personal account, for one, the margin maintenance requirement on Charles Schwab's, like, it's crazy sky high. I should probably just use my TradeEvade account to get more size. But there's a big but there. The but is that even when I go into my TradeEvade account, I find myself trading a mini. I find myself trading 5, 6, 7, 8 micros. And you get into a bad trade, you can go down $300, $400, $500, $600, and then it's kind of like it puts that big emotional stress on you. And I've really been, for this month at least, and again, it's not like nothing to write home about. You're not gonna retire on a yacht at the end of the month. But I've really been tracking, playing between 1 micro, 2 micros, 3 micros on my personal account, and that personal account's up $2,700 this month. Right? Like the balance from just the futures trading, $2,700. Now, again, it's the end of the month, so we're probably going to finish with that. Again, today has to close. We can add another 240, whatever I finish with today. So let's say between 28, 29, 3,000 on the month. So I really started to think about it. I'm like, there's so much less stress because look at this current trade that I'm in. It's pitter pattering around. I'm not up much. Even if I do win the trade, I'm probably only going to win $25, right? But what I'm saying is that you can allow the trades to work out. You can allow them to breathe. And I notice when I start watching these trades breathe a little bit more, I really focus more so not just on the candlestick. I don't know about you guys, but there's been numerous times where, like, when I'm trading much larger size, I'm so fixated on every single downtick, every single uptick that the current candle is doing. And then I become so locked in to where sometimes I take profits way too early, or I get stopped out because, I'm in fear that the candle's going to go against me. And then I look back at the chart and I'm like, why the hell did I get out? Or why the hell did I hold? Because I'm not looking at the rest of the chart to the left. You know what I'm saying? So when you're not looking at the entire chart because you're so fixated on the P&L, things become extremely, like, disconnected. And then I started to think, well, you know, in a market like this, again, market conditions won't last like this forever. But in market conditions like this, you can catch 20, 30, 40 point moves, even on, you know, 2 or 3 micros. Gosh darn it. So close to getting down there to those 50s. You can catch those moves and they really start to add up. You think about it, 25 points across the day on 1 micro is $50. You have 2 micros, it's $100. You have 3, it's $150. And if you can do that 2 or 3 times throughout the day, you can build up a balance of $150, $250, $350, $400 with minimal stress. And then you kind of just go about your day and you just come back the next day and do it all over again. I think a lot of traders get stuck in this. They get stuck in this mindset of like, I need to get paid today. I've got to make it all today. And it's like, realistically, guess what's going to happen? Like tomorrow, we got to come back and we have to do the same shit all over again, right? That was a fantastic hold there. Equal lows here on these 355s held. Again, my stop loss will be if we close over this 10 SMA. I've got to get the hell out of it. I was really hoping that it was going to push down there. Jesus, it was like 4 points away. Yeah, I mean, if you can keep the stress levels down, what a fucking pop here. How much time's left on this? This candle just opened up too. Need to get rejected quickly or I got to make a move. But yeah, so when you're trading that small size, you can definitely watch the candles a little bit closer, or the structure a little bit closer than just watching the. I'm out of this trade. I don't like the way it's fucking pushing so hard. Jesus Christ. It's a 44-point range candle just immediately off those lows. So again, unless we have some news or something, some type of update, let's see anything pop. What do we got here? 8:43. This was 15 minutes ago. Informed sources have rejected Trump's new claims about possible deals. See, it's like they're back and forth. But that was a long time ago. That was already 20 minutes ago. Jeez, what the fuck was that, man? But anyways, so you guys kind of get the point, right? You trade smaller size, you find yourself a little bit less emotionally attached to every single little uptick and downtick, right? I think the clear move now is to wait for 426 or a loss of these equal lows here. Target would be 326. What a candle here. This is 50 fucking points. See, here's another beautiful thing about, you know, I'm not saying that there was a beautiful long setup here because there wasn't. It's just a reversal spike. But what I'm saying is, let's say you take a setup, you get into a particular trade and you've got 2 or 3 micros on the table and you catch this type of candle, which you will. This is 40, 50 points, right? This is a $150, $200 trade here. You know, if it was on like a legitimate setup, this is nothing more than just a pullback and reclaim. I want to see if this holds. You know, technically, haven't really played flag patterns in a while, but you could make a case that, I guess it's already broke, right? This is breaking currently. You can make a case that this little pullback, any confirmation close over this could be screaming towards 426. I'm gonna pull up a prop firm account here so I don't give away all my fucking profits on the personal. Where are they at? Higher low. A bit of a higher low here, so that's good. I'd like to see a quick jab down and then push higher. That would be nice. If I get a quick jab into this support, maybe we can play it right off of that. If it wants to continue to shoot up, that's no good. So here's a quick little jab down. I'd like to see a little bit of a wick spring and then a pop. I guess that would be as close to it as possible. Let's see here if this wants to hold. How many contracts do I want to put on? Let's see here what we can do.
Where the broken stories go. Every note of fading light. Walking
I want to see this area hold.
through the night.
So between 85 and 92 needs to hold. Here's the back test here.
Just a flame between the hours. Maybe time collects its due from every dream we thought was true. Still this old guitar in me learn the quiet honesty. Some men shout to hide their pain. Some men let the blues remain.
We blow this high off here at 57s, or excuse me, at 410s, 420, 425.
Silence knows it well. Every note I let ring slow is another truth to tell. I don't beg the past to stay. I just walk this road alone.
All right, here we go.
Some love disappears.
See if my take profit can get filled. I'm in at 401. 10, 15 point take profit. I have a hard 15 point take profit here, but if it starts to stall, I got no problems taking it off a little bit sooner. Up 42, 47, $50. You know what, to be honest here, let's see if we get one more little push. There it is. 15 points was just taken there. That's a good little break and retest of that little flag pattern there, guys. Nice move. Fuck, I should have taken that here as well.
Somewhere in that dying tone, a lonely gentleman.
So on this account, whoa. This is the account that I just took it on. You can see here some trades from earlier in the day. There's a little pop here. This account here, gross P&L, $444, 11 trades. So a lot of scalps when I'm trading small size. Total profits, $564. Total losing trades, I don't even know if this is on screen. Total losing trades, $120. I took 2 losing trades there. Not bad, 81% win rate on the PA account. We'll take that. Blew one up today or hit max daily loss off the fucking open. That is what it is. Scratch that shit. But hey, it is what it is, right? And that's the thing. When I'm trading prop, I do trade a lot more loose with them. You know, a lot of times people think that there's a 426, guys. A lot of people think that when you're trading props, these are the end all be all accounts. I'm extremely more protective on my personal account. Like I will not allow myself to go into multiple hundreds of dollars worth of drawdown on the personal account. Here's the 426 pop. Fantastic long there. You know, and I will play it a lot smaller because of the fact this, where I'm trading the personal, where I'm trading my guys, if you're in on this, just make sure to take some profits up the way, guys. Make sure to take profits up the way. When I trade my personal account, it's attached to my account that's obviously got my long portfolio. So there's like 50, I think that's right now it's like $65,000 in longs that I'm holding, you know, for the portfolio, and then I'm probably using about $25,000 worth of margin, so I'm close to like 80 or 90,000 in there, and then I keep about 25ish to day trade options and futures and stuff like that. So, you know, you really don't want to go down hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You run into a bad week, you start eating up into margin, you start, you know, trading different. I'm probably, when it comes to my personal account, probably one of the most conservative traders that you're going to find. I don't really press the gas as much as I probably should. And I attribute that to, you know, I've been doing this for a while. You're going to have great days. You're going to have great weeks. You're going to have bad weeks. You might have a bad month. It's all about capital preservation. You've got to protect yourself in these markets, because if you don't, you know, it's very easy to let things get away from you, right? So it's very easy to, you know, hit a bad streak where you start blowing everything up. You don't want to do that. But prop firms, you can leverage, you know, losing a couple accounts. I mean, especially right now, I picked up a little 5-pack bundle. I blew 2 on the first day. I passed 3. We got those funded, and we're building up the balances. One of them hit max daily loss of $1,000. That's my fucking fault. I put on 2 mini contracts. You know, what am I going to do about it? And then the other two are up, you know, between 300 and 350 and 250. So not bad. Again, even if this is the way I always look at it, money in versus money out. I spent $95 to get these accounts. Even if I was to only make it through with one of them to get paid out, it's a minimum of $500, right? I will probably wait until I get at least 1,000, 1,500, but the return on investment is huge. So that's how you have to look at it. So in terms of trading, I'm in on all of these accounts for like $100, $150 worth of drawdown, right? It's like, that's how I look at it. You can take one trade and lose $150, right? I had 5 opportunities to get X amount of accounts into funded stage. And then now I have X amount of opportunities to get at least one of them paid out for a return on investment. And then we do it all over again, right? That's how I approach it. So let's see what kind of a pullback we get here. 30,426. This doesn't hold and closes back below it. Then we have support at 405. We have support at 397. And then we have the anchor down here at 373. Nice, Charlie.
I asked the mirror on the wall, did I lose him after all? Longer since it's been guitar and traveler. I stopped waiting on the man I used to be tonight. Left the past outside the light. Low voice steady through the band like a wiser older man. 'Cause the road a gentleman must choose ain't the past, it's the blue. And the truth that finally set me free was letting go of who I used to be.
This 1 hour candle is very close to confirming a close through lunch hour here. Not close, but confirming the close of the previous hour candle high. So that was sitting at around what is this? That exact price, 439. So let's call it 440. So that's the previous hour candle high. If we could start to take that out and hold 426, you're going to see more continuation here from the bulls. We have rising flow support coming between the 510. What you don't want to do is get caught shorting here just because you feel like we're going to pull back. It's a big problem that a lot of traders have. I dealt with that problem for a long time. Even if it does pull back, you're better off to wait for the whole flow, the whole momentum to shift, and then play, rejections than trying to pick the top, right? And there's a lot of traders who try to pick the top, and the reason being, and I can raise my hand and let you know why it's easy to try to pick the top here, because you're telling yourself we just hit this level of supply. Market's pushing up. We were pulling back. If I take it short here and I catch this sell-off, I'm gonna make a lot of cash, right? But realistically, you're shorting right into supports. So it doesn't have to hold at these supports by any means. It doesn't have to. Nothing has to do anything. But more times than not, every time you get lucky and you make a little bit of cash on these moves, all you're doing is preconditioning yourselves to continue to try those setups and continue to try those trades. And it's the one time that you try that setup, it doesn't work, and then your account's gone, right? So like for me right now, I'm looking at this chart. I would love to short this. I would love to short this down at 315. Think I can pick up 10, 15 points on it? Sure, maybe. But what are the odds? What are the odds, right? That's the only problem when you're shorting into flow. They can snap it at any point in time. So realistically, what I'm trying to bring to you guys in the room is when you just follow this flow, you follow your momentum averages when they're stacked. Because look at what happened. When you're stacked over your magnet here and you're above these expected move areas, it's going to force you to wait for the better move. Because there's specific rules. Like again, some of the rules I can go over again, but the rules is like you don't go short above your magnet, right? That's one. Unless you're super extended, right? That's a difference. If you're over the magnet, you're over VWAP by 100 points, 150 points, which we've seen here in the market. Like let's look at off the open when we spiked. At the high of day, VWAP was sitting down at 30,356. We were up at 535. That's extremely stretched. That's way stretched, right? You know, it always gravitates back towards the magnet. It's a magnet for a reason. It's going to gravitate back towards it. In those situations, you can look to short if you have flow. So when I say I'm looking for flow is this. I'm looking at the 510, 5 SMA, 10 SMA. When I'm looking at that flow, those are your nearest shortest term sentiment moving averages. If we are trading in line with them, you're trading over them, you're holding those levels, you don't want to go short, right? Because every time you get a back test into them, if they're chopping up and then down and up and down over that flow, again, stay out of it until we get trending, right? So I'm mainly looking for longs over the magnet. I'm mainly looking for flow over 5 and 10, and I'm using the 10 as a hard stop loss. I'm using the 5 as my power trend, right? So I'm looking for entries that pull back into the 5 and bounce. I'm looking for entries that pull back into the 10 and bounce. I'm looking to exit longs below the 10 SMA. I'm looking at the VWAP to tell me where is the bigger bias, right? Are we stretched from it? Are we hugging pretty tight to it? Like this is not too far away. VWAP is sitting at 375. We're trading at 420. It's 50 points away from VWAP. It's not that serious, right? It's not 200 points stretched from it where you need to be looking at trying to reverse this move and take a short. You know, unless you're like an HFT high frequency trader who's getting in for ticks, right? You're getting in a few ticks, big size, in and out, and you're taking hundreds of trades a day, dozens of trades a day. There's no sense for the average trader here to try to jump some of these moves, you know, because what will happen to you, and I'm pretty confident in this, what will happen to you is for every time you take a little scalp and make money on a red candle like this, there'll be times where you're going to take the short right here, right now, and it's going to spring back on you 10, 15, 20, 30 points, and you just get smoked. So just be more patient is all I could really say. Guys, make sure you hit the like button too as well. I'm trying to get these live streams out more frequently, and I'm trying to get them beefed up a little bit here. So I've been working on a lot of stuff on the back end to try to make the streams a little bit better for you guys. I'll tell you where things can get a little bit more exciting for the sellers if they lose 360. Where's that at? Right here where I was trying to short the last time. This is where things can get a little exciting if you are a bear below this range. Not a whole lot of action going on in this consolidation zone here, but if we do lose these lows from prior structure right in here, things can get a little bit dicey. Hourly chart has that as the last bit of support until we get down to 328, which that's the trade that I wanted to see this morning. That was the trade I wanted to see this morning. When, right? Like off the open, I was looking for the 426 to get tagged, to get rejected, and then scream through 320s into 230s. That was the fucking trade I wanted. Didn't work out that way though. See this little trap here, guys? Looks like an aggressive red candle, 37 points to the downside, sweeps your 5, and then 21 point snapback. Almost like that. It is lunch hour too, so we have to kind of keep that in mind as well. Price action is going to be a little bit more choppy. I think if selling is going to continue, it's not going to happen until after lunch. It's a good push here. It's a good push here. Remember, over 426, we want to be leaning into the pullbacks. We want to be leaning into the longs. Again, in order for us to go higher, you have to take out a previous candle high. So while we are trading right here around this 426, while it looks like a good backtest, we've got to start challenging this prior candle high here to get that next push higher. You don't want to get trapped. This is still in retest mode here, so it's still a break and retesting this whole zone here of 420s. pulling back a little bit here. A little bit of a top wick on the hourly candle as well. What the hell happened to my thing here? Buyers gotta hold this 400 area here.
There's a chair by the window where the streetlight falls thin.
3 minutes left on this candle. I like the hold so far. I'd like to see him push up a little bit stronger. Maybe I can participate in a little bit of a long here. If we can continue to hold this, it would be extremely low risk, because if the candle closes under, you just get out of it. I'd like to see that hold though. I like the hold. I'm gonna try a little bit of a long here to see if we can get back over 425. If we can't and we close below 400s, I will get out of this trade. So I want to see. I'm playing to see if this back test holds up a little bit. Finger on the trigger here to get out. Below 400 gets extremely dicey.
Forget the story, but the chair remembers. Your laughter filled the corners.
That's the whole thing. You guys gotta test levels, you know? There's never a perfect entry. There's no such thing as a perfect trade. Trading is all about testing levels. So testing those buyers, testing those sellers, and then just using risk management to try to manage the P&L. Because you're never going to know if a trade will work if you're not testing levels, you know? Because a lot of times when we are testing levels is when you get the biggest moves, right? When you're looking at those candles and they're already up 30, 40 points, you're probably in at the wrong spot. The level was already tested and you should have been looking into the trade around the level a lot sooner than chasing the momentum that's already kind of dried up. This looks extremely weak. Hourly candle's looking a little bit weak too, kind of putting in a hammer candle here. This market might want to test 326s again. And if it does at some portion of the day today, depending on what type of news headlines and stuff come out, you could definitely see it get really, really aggressive, maybe into the close towards 230s if this kind of little dead cat bounce that we had since after the first hour doesn't hold. Because if you kind of play it out now, right, and you were just to draw like a bigger picture, this is just nothing more than like a really, really big bear flag with a lot of room. I'm gonna have to cut this here.
Some things fade like smoke and ash. Some things settle in a chair. Every note the guitar bends brings the same old night again.
So now momentum starts to shift here below the 510. You have next support at 376.
Silent goodbye. Every trembling moment we were afraid to try. The last chord lingers in the air, like a truth beyond repair. You might leave the past behind, but the chair remembers. And somewhere in that fading tone, the chair still remembers Kyle.
A little bit of a sweep and hold. What do we have? Candles getting a little aggressive. Got some headlines coming out. Let's check the news here. Nice work, Charlie. Just seen your post. Way to stay green across the board. 9:30. What do we get? Trump's claim about Iran's highly enriched uranium stockpile is not true. Possible. See, a lot of just false statements back and forth. You never know what to believe. A lot of these fucking news headlines, it's one thing, it's another, it's one thing, it's another. This is true, this is what's happening, this is not true, this is not happening. What the fuck is really going on? I guess that's negotiation process, right? That's maybe that's why we're not in politics. Because that kind of shit would drive me nuts. I'm a black or a white guy, right? There's no gray area with me. It's either going to work or it's not. Either there's a deal or there's not. Either you're going to give up your shit or you're not. What is it, right? With these guys, it's kind of like, yeah, we've got a deal on the table. Yeah, well, no, we don't have a deal on the table. Yeah, well, we've got an agreement on something. No, you know what? Wait a minute. We need this still before we get an agreement. It's kind of like, political game here, back and forth. It's not the best for guys like us who are sitting here trading the markets when you're getting those type of news headlines that are kind of swaying back and forth. Seems bullish. You get that reaction. Oh, wait a minute. It's not as bullish as you think. Goes the other way. So we are getting this hold. That sweep through the 10 was nice. If we can get back over 417s, you could see a potential pop here. I like the hold. I'm still a fan of the longs over magnet here. I'm gonna try once more here. Once more here for a 426 break. If this one doesn't go, and I cannot get that close over 426, I will leave the longs alone until we prove some type of closure, some type of break and retest over 440s, 450s. I'll try it one more time here. There's 424. It'd be sweet if we come up and start challenging high of day. That would be fucking sweet. Or how come I'm never in a trade when we get those crazy news headline candles where it spikes up 100 points? Never happens to a guy like me, right? I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys are a little bit more lucky than I am, but those type of moves never seem to find me. I always got to do my shit the hard way. We are breaking the 426 area. I don't know how much. We're in a couple micros here, up 45, 50 bucks. But the thing is I've seen this same story already multiple times. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So past 20 minutes, I've already seen this story play out, where we kind of come up into these 420 areas and then it just gets smacked all the way back down to the bottom of the range here. So nothing to get excited about until we can at least close above 426, because at this point this is probably going to fucking come all the way back down to magnet at 375. Yeah, we're going to leave a runner. We're going to let it work. I mean, my account can handle some drawdown on this personal account, and I'm not trading size that's I'm not trading size that's going to damage my account. And on the day, because of the pop off the open and even with the pitter patter, I mean, again, I do have long holdies in here, so it's not all day trading profits, of course, so it doesn't really count for much, but the account is up 968 on the day. So I look at it kind of like, okay, if my portfolio is up 968 on the day with just a few of these select holdings in this one particular account, you know, I've got some wiggle room here. I've got some drawdown. I think we're up about $160, $170 trading futures. We're up 156. So we have some room to play with here. It's just that my style is, come on, baby, you got to work. You got to show me something. You got to be continuously working for me or you're fired, right? Like, that's the way I look at it. You know, if you're not really going to work for me, then I'm not going to sit around and wait for you to maybe show up and clock in. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we've been flirting with this level for so long. Who's Tom? Tom G is who? Tom, if you were in Evolution Traders, you can definitely send me a message, because there are some people that stayed, the people who were active. So I haven't seen a lot of people in years, months, right? So how am I supposed to know who's still trading when there's 3 people that talk every day? There's a fucking pop. There's the pop for you, Tom. Well, that's what I'm saying, Tom. It's like there was a lot of spam accounts, there was a lot of bots, there was a lot of people showing up, you know, reaching out to other people, creating fake accounts of myself. There was a lot of, you know, people that were not communicating. So if I'm showing up every day and I'm talking to a brick wall and there's nobody around, well then, hey, let me wipe the slate clean and see who really wants to be here. Who really wants to trade? Who's really still in this game? Because there was over 500 people in the room and there was only 5 people communicating. That's the problem with joining so many discords, is that everyone has their own way to trade. Everyone's looking at something else. Everyone is always kind of chasing the holy grail, right? If you're not making thousands of dollars a week and you don't feel like things are clicking, well then it's got to be another discord, it's got to be another strategy, it's got to be another YouTube channel, it's got to be another this and that. It's like, guys, I've been doing this shit for 12-13 years. You're never going to find the holy grail. Shit's going to be hard each and every single day. Kind of just get better at accepting what is going on a day-to-day basis. You get better at managing those emotions, you know. A lot of people don't have the patience to kind of sit there and work through it, which I get it, you know. There's no hard feelings. Come on, maybe this is a fucking pop that's going to take me over these highs. Get over 443. What's my average entry on this son of a bitch? I'm in on this at 417, so we're up 30 points. No, 20 points, 22, 23 points. I'd like to see a fucking break over 450s. Break 450s or you're cut.
Started playing something slow.
Break 450s, you bastard. Let's go. 417 entry here, boys. 30 points in the green, which again is not shit, but you want to just keep stacking it up. I want to break 450 so I can at least cut one. 45s. I'm gonna cut one here. And I'm gonna cut the other one if it doesn't hold 40s. Because that's just the type of trader I am. Like I said, it's easy to just hold the runner and say to hold the runner, but you know what? I'm tight. I don't want to give anything back. I don't want to give shit back. Because I know that if I lock it out and I close the position, the money's in my fucking account. I don't want to give anything back. So push. 40s is my out here at a 417 entry. I want to target 50s and beyond. I'm out. Didn't work fast enough. So not a bad trade. I think we took 17 and we got out at an average around 39 to 41. Up 25, 30-ish points or so. Not bad. So now that we've finally closed, right? Since all the way back here at 905, now that we finally have closed above 426, you want to see this back test hold now. Because if the buyers are still going to be having some strength, you want to see this back test hold. This is your break and retest. And now you can finally start to push higher and maybe start challenging some of these upper areas. The only thing here is, the point here is that this 426 area, the reason why it's so fucking hard, and let me show you guys something here. And this was posted up all week. So this was in the channel on the flow map all week. Where the fuck is it at? So right here. So if you kind of look at this chart here, right? 426 is the end of month expected move, an extreme move, 581 points from the major area here that we started the week with, that 29,941. Those of you guys who have been trading with me all week, you guys understand that 941, that was the key area. Below that, we're bearish. Above that, we're bullish. The $30,000 psych level was that next area, right? So as soon as we blew through that 30,000 psych area, 125, 230, 326, 426, those were all the next targets. So as we stay grinding over those areas, you remain in line with that flow. Over 30,000 holding, we're looking to target 125. We break 125, we consolidate, we're holding, we're looking to target 230s. Same thing, break 230s, break, pull back, fucking hold 125. Over 230s, we're going to 326. Now, again, it is the end of the month here. This is all the week's expected moves from May 26th to May 30th. It's currently the 29th. So again, what is that extreme upper expected move? 426. YOLO minis. Yeah, what do we want to do? Short, long, what's up? B-Twins. I mean, we can take I've got some evaluation accounts we could YOLO. All I'm saying is that at 426, it's definitely, you know, we're stretched. We started the week down at 29,950s, right? We got down, I think I forgot what session it was, Asian session or something earlier this week. And I mean, what I'm saying is that, like, we got down into those 29,600s, 29,700s. So we did get the flush and we got the bullish reaction off of that area, right? So when I posted this chart, it was 29,845. And we've done nothing but explode through every level since. So that's why for me, I mean, this area here, if it's not going to close up here, and I always think about it like this because I know it works so damn well for trading equities. And when I'm trading options, more times than not, like 8 out of 10 times, this is no bullshit, 8 out of 10 times they close the market inside the expected move. So if they're going to close it inside the expected move, well, then we're not going to fucking for sure as shit close at 500 today. They're going to close us down somewhere towards 326, down somewhere towards 230. And that's why this is becoming such a troublesome spot. Now, I'm very curious to see what happens once we come out of lunch, because once we come out of lunch, if we just continue to resume that selling that we had off the open, then we could definitely see that price action start to push down. Because it's when you get outside of expected moves is when the volatility spikes. Because you have to look at it like this. That's when things are not priced in, right? So the market makers don't have things priced in. So when, like this morning, when we blew through 426, they don't have that priced in. So they're fumbling around trying to, have liquidity to be able to fill these orders and all of this other stuff. That's when you see volatility spike and you see these ranges. They can really explode. But they always pull it back down. They will always pull it back in to the range more times than not. And I've seen this happen over and over and over throughout the years. It's just, guys like us, we have to just try to make the best of it, right? We have to try to make do, and hopefully we're able to catch what they're trying to do. Again, I know it sounds cryptic, but still, like, we have to just try to stay in line with what the hell they're trying to do here. So again, another little wick here. If they stay rejected and I can get this 5 to cross below the 10 under 426, there might be some selling pressure here.
Walked into that quiet room where the low lights fight the gloom. Band was playing soft and slow, like a truth I used to know. Then I saw him in the back, sitting where the shadows stack. Same old coat, same tired stare, looking right at me. Felt a chill run through the air, like the night was being fair. The man I'll be is watching me from the far side of the room, like he knows each road I'm walking, every shadow, every gloom. Didn't smile, didn't warn, just sat quiet patiently, like tomorrow's waiting calmly for the man.
Rare, like these diamonds that I wear. Gold lace, please you like no other. Heartbeat racing, I'ma put you through these paces.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.
What do you guys think we're going to do here? You think the market's going to push this structure high, or you think we're going to start fucking pulling back from here? What are we thinking?
Street light trembling through the pain. The low band playing something slow.
I think we pull back. I think we pull back.
I took my seat where shadows stay, where broken words just fade away.
It's a double top rejection here. Loss of 426 again.
Like he'd seen too many men go down. Smoke in the air, time moving slow. Some things a man don't dare to show. Midnight knows my name tonight. Heard it fall in the pale blue light. Every chord draws out the flame, and midnight knows my name. No loud cry, no grand display, just the blues that choose to stay. Every note cuts just the same. Now midnight knows my name. Your memory walked through that door like a ghost across the floor.
I think for myself, if I get a bounce here, if I get one more bounce that tries to get back over 420 and it fails, which I might go now. I was looking for one more bounce between 420, 425, fails, and then comes back. I'll take that short. This is like almost like a look at all of the resistance here in this area. This whole zone here. You know what I can do? I can take this fucking thing off. I can take this off. Take this off. This looks like it wants to go down now. Anyways, look at this wick here, 720, right? I'm just noticing this shit. Wick here, highs. This whole zone from 426. Yep, that's perfect. If we're below this, we're fucking bearish, guys. It is what it is. I'm in short too, by the way. 397 average, 397 average. 15-point take profit.
Some men run from yesterday, some just sit and let it play. Every string tells the truth again about the ghosts inside of me. Midnight knows my name tonight, whispers through the amber light. Every heart must take the blame.
Son of a bitch is gonna hold. The 5-minute chart's weak, but the hourly chart's still holding support. That's the only fucking problem we're having. I could see this start to get going one way or another after lunch. As soon as we get out of lunch, it's going to tell us, okay, this market's going to go higher. It's going to push over 425. We're going to settle up there, or it's going to pull back. And that's about 7 minutes away now. So I might have jumped the gun a little bit too early here, but we've got some profits to play with. We're going to let this one fucking ride. We got double top here, double bottom here.
Rain sliding down the window like a story half untold. Streetlight painting tired halos on the floor of broken gold. Bartender wipes the counter like he's cleaning up the past. Every man inside this building drinks like it might be his last. Cards get colder in the dark, blood gets thinner every round. Truth moves slow in midnight rooms where lost souls gather round. Pour another glass of silence, let the neon
Resistance up at around 415, 418. So below that, flow still a little bit bearish. Gonna have to sit through a little bit of chop. Support down at 376. So it's about 20 points below. Nasty little range here. My position just went back to flat. Come on, son of a bitch. There we go. There we go. See, guys, even when you're playing small size, like look at those little 30, 40, 50 point moves, right? Like I don't know how much it's going to pay out, but I'm just saying, like if you're trading small accounts, you take these 40, 50 point moves, 2-3 trades a day. We're up $60 here. Average price is $397. If you start taking these little bit of moves, I mean, look at this. This is an 80 point move on two micros. You know, I mean, again, you could have swiped the gains there. I'm just holding it, trying to play with these profits and see if we can squeeze a little bit more. $100 trade on a couple of micros might be fine, but we just did tap that VWAP, so I got to be careful here. We don't aggressively snap back. It would have to lose that VWAP anchor before we get any more continuation to the downside. So let's see if we can swipe it. I'm just gonna take it. $42. Fucking assholes. This, guys, this still might go lower here through VWAP. The next thing I'll wait for here is to see if we have a little bit of a back test towards 400, 412, or wait for a closure below VWAP. If we get a closure below VWAP, then I'll be interested to take any type of short rejections. Here comes that sweep now. What is this account up right now? 450. Oh shit, this is a 25K account. Fuck. Let me go to the 50K account. Yeah, I don't want to do too much more on that 25K account. All right, let's see. So holding VWAP here. 4 candle push down. So for me, mental note is below 426, pops are looking to get shorted. Above 426, pullbacks are looking for longs. That's how I'm going to treat it. And I'll just keep continuing to try to scalp as such. I don't know how much longer I'm going to scalp. It's Friday. Only 10 o'clock though. I at least want to see what they do coming out of lunch. I am curious to see if they're going to hold this through lunch or not. Because that hourly candle, has anyone taken a look at the hourly candle? It looks nasty. It looks like it wants to, hourly candle looks like it wants to completely roll over.
Into that quiet bar, past the door and past the scar. Band was playing soft and slow, like a tune I used to know. Sat down where the shadows fall, heard my name against the wall, but nobody has said a word, yet it sounded.
All right. So we held 377s. Held 377s. Resistance now kind of creeping down, 406 to 412. New hour candles official. Let's see what they want to do here. First reaction on the new hour candle is a push higher. If this pushes higher into resistance and gets faded, we could finally see that crackdown through VWAP, and then that would be pretty bullish. The 1 hour candle is setting up a little bit of a bear flag, not a little, a big bear flag, to be honest.
But the dark repeats the truth. Bartender just watched the room like he's seen this kind of gloom. Bass kept walking deep and slow like a road I always know.
This range here, I feel, is where a lot of traders are getting trapped all day.
Like a question passing by.
A little bit of a back test into that power trending moving average.
The dark learned my voice tonight. Through the amber fading light, every lie I tried to hide echoed softly from inside. No excuse left to choose when the
These are also little scalps that you guys can take too. Like if you pop into VWAP, whether it's resistance or supply, if you pop into that and the following candle confirms the high, confirms the low, you can take that scalp, right? Like, I don't know how many points it is. Like the high on the previous candle was 401. We got as high as 410. It's not even that much. 5 points. I used to take a lot of those style trades, but that shit was just mentally exhausting. I want to see lower here.
every note of shadows claim, every tone repeats a name. Find on learn my voice.
All right.
tonight. Sang it
So far, we're getting resistant. We're getting rejection here.
every mile, every scar.
So far, getting that rejection.
When the final chord came through and the last slow snare withdrew.
Still below flow here.
Out into the rain,
Momentum a little bit south.
but the dark
We start popping through 376. Could be looking at shorts for the rest of the day.
neon fading, streets grow wide, baseline rolling like the tide, and somewhere in the final bend of blue, found my voice again. Found my voice again.
Come on, bitch. I like the rejection hold here below those short-term moving averages. What I'm looking for now is 377 to get cracked to the downside. Here's another little scalp, guys. 52 bucks, 50 bucks. I mean, again, these are little trades on 2 micros that you guys can be taking. 50 bucks here, 40 bucks there, 50 bucks here, 40 bucks there. You know, that kind of shit adds up. Just saying, it adds up. Come on. Come on. How many times you guys want to test this VWAP before you slam through it? You know nobody wants to go into the market long. Come on. We don't want to go into the market, into the weekend long. All weekend. Anything can happen. World War III can happen over the weekend. Come on. Fuck, I gotta just take that there. Hour candle looking a little bit more bearish. Looking more and more bearish. So below these lows, so below 375, next support on the hourly is, it's way down here. 330s. Be down here. That would be a nice trade. Market's kind of rolling over, right? Big move down, bounce. This is going to determine everything. 376 is going to determine everything for the rest of the day, because there's two sides to this case right now. There's side number one is this: after that flush, we have put in higher lows, okay, including this one here. So here's a low, higher low, higher low. Is this getting ready to pop, right? The other case is this: 426 is the end of month expected move. We've tapped it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Different occasions. We're having so much trouble getting out of this zone. Below 426 is you can sense the selling pressure. On the hourly chart, you can sense the selling pressure. So I think if you start to close below 375, 376, that's going to solidify, okay, we're going to take a little bit of a deeper retracement here. If we don't and we hold from here, you're back in this fucking range. And again, the later on in the day that it gets, the more price action is going to shrivel up. The more price actions is going to chop around like this. The more you have to look, instead of taking 20-point scalps or 15-point scalps, you have to take, 8 points or 10 points or whatever the case may be. The ATR is still not bad on a 5-minute time frame. It's 33 points, so there's still plenty of range to be able to scalp. When this 5-minute time frame later on in the day starts getting towards like 18 points, 20 points, that's when it's like it's time to walk away. There's just not enough range there, right, to kind of work with. I like that rejection again. I like that rejection again. Another rejection off the 510. Let's see if we can get the push down here through VWAP. Third time's a charm, maybe.
Rain on the pavement,
Come on.
cold and thin. Streetlight shining on borrowed sin.
Come on. Little more weakness. Little more weakness. Here we go. Little more weakness. Here we go. Come on. Get down there.
Secret nobody wants to share. I walked in quiet where the low band played. Head pulled down and my debts half paid. Some men pray when the night gets cold. I just sing me a blues to hold. Baseline rolling
Holding it again.
thunder,
Holding it again.
holding this broken world together. I sing a blues to keep my soul from falling down a darker road. Low voice riding that backbeat slow like a river where the lost hearts go. No preacher standing where I stand, just a guitar in a weary hand. When the night begins to pull control, I sing a blues to keep my soul.
Come on, you son of a bitch. Big active candle there that opened up. That was weird. Gotta watch for the aggressive spike back up here. That was just a weird spike on that candle.
Only night folks know. She said softly, man, you look tired. I said, hope's a flame that never expired.
It's holding again.
Bartender pours without a sound.
Come on, trying to give it as much rope as possible here. I mean, the position's basically flat. My entry is 96s, so it's just pitter pattering around here. But that's gonna hold up.
Through the human pain, I sing a blues to keep my soul from drifting where the shadows roll. Low voice burning steady and deep like a promise a man must keep. No crown shining on my head, just the truth in the words I said. When the night begins to take control, I sing a blues to keep my soul.
What do they want to do here? What do you guys want to do here?
You'll lose your way. But the blues said you can still stay.
Equal wicks on both top and bottom on that previous 5-minute candle tells me indecision here, but also shows me VWAP is holding up very, very strong. Even though we got this resistance right here at 395 and 406, they can easily spike this back up if they don't start to close it below VWAP. So a little bit of a riskier position on any type of shorts until you get below VWAP. So I definitely have an aggressive entry here. But I'm playing more so because of this flow is still pushing down. We are still power trending to the downside. I just know that that volatility will start to increase. That range will really expand once they can get us down below here, but they've got to prove that they can get us down. We're back in profit here a little bit. 10 points or so.
Save my soul.
Same story. This is holding up way too long.
I lift my glass and watch the light shiver gently in the night. Then I see him standing there. Same old
Hourly candle still trapped. Hourly candles trapped still, guys. So not a whole lot here. Bulls are making a little bit of attempt to bounce here off of VWAP. Again, your final little resistance here is 406. If it gets back over 406, 420s comes back into play. And again, big level here, line in the sand for the rest of the day is going to be 378 or wherever your VWAP is at. If we finally start breaking through the VWAP, you're going to see some aggressive selling. Again, right now, this is just a very tough spot to try to be caught in the middle of. Again, I think the market is trying to decide, you know, what the hell's going on. See who's got the early news release here on if anything's going to play out today with Trump and Iran. We'll have to see. But right now, it's just like pulling teeth. Again, position's basically flat. I got a 396 entry here on a short. Probably not the best. Not the best entry. Like I said, I jumped the gun a little bit early here, playing for that anticipation breakthrough here because my momentum is flowing to the downside, but I'm just not getting enough expansion here. I could take this off the table for 8-9 points, but the thing is this is like, I know that if this breaks, we're going to see a bigger move. And if I get out of this trade and it flushes later, I don't want to be, you know, chasing. So for me, this trade is going to be my last trade. Either it's going to break through this VWAP here and actually start to flush and give me a bigger move that I'm looking for, or we're going to get stopped out. We'll take the losing trade and we'll just walk away on the day. Yeah, we're definitely in limbo. This is a tough spot here. Tough spot. The buyers are not letting it go. I mean, you got to give respect to these buyers. They are not letting this go at all, which is pretty remarkable considering, I mean, it's not like the market's been flat all week. The market is up tremendously and they are still holding it up here. It's crazy, which, hey, you know, more power to them, but they got to throw the bears a little bit of a bone here at some point in time, right? Bears are starving. Holding VWAP again. How many? This has already been 20 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 25 minutes we're holding this level. Something is going to give here. Whether that's an aggressive pop to the upside because this is stalled out so much, or a big wash. I think it could be looking to just pop this. Trying to manage this tight. I don't want to get smoked. New candle just opened up here. There's another little test. I can take another $50 off the board here with that, but I just feel that more is coming, you know? But I won't be stupid here. I won't let this take me red. There we go. There we go. There's the first initial pop through that VWAP finally. Let's see if this tape wants to speed up a little bit here. We're currently up $70 here. Shit. $70, $50. That first initial spike. There we go. There we go. There's the pop I'm looking for. That was the pop I'm looking for. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out across the board there, guys. Son of a bitch. So that's about a 20, 25 point move. I mean, again, actually more. The way it spiked down, it spiked all the way down to 56, and I had a 96 entry short. So let me pull this over here. If you look at this short position, right, it shows the entries here. Right, so first initial short was there. I think we got out of that one, or we took a quick winner on that one for $48. And then on this one, we took 89, right? So I think you guys can see that. So I was looking for that VWAP to get crushed. Now that VWAP has been lost, we got the flow going down. If you look at the moving averages, look at how they're starting to trend down hard. What's really going to hold price action down is if you see the 510 start to get even and parallel and below this VWAP. Now that means there's a lot of pressure sitting at VWAP. Hourly candle right now is throwing stones away from taking out previous hour candle lows. This could be looking to go down towards 326. Hourly candles looking to confirm the previous hour lows. Not bad, not bad. So we're below previous hour lows here, guys.
Rain falling sideways on a dying boulevard.
Or we actually tagged it perfectly.
Red like a wounded heart. Taxi lights flicker through the midnight haze.
Yeah, selling pressure's on now.
Like those still lost.
Below 55s. Maybe I can get a little order below 55s here with an anticipation it sweeps down. Maybe I get a little bit, maybe 10 points, 55s. We look for 10 points. We'll see if that wants to go. Thank you. Thank you. Again, that trade could have very easily, like right here in this area. I mean, we held VWAP for 25, almost 30 minutes. That idea there, the only reason I stayed in the trade, the 5 and 10 were pinning us down, and it was getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. So as it was getting, and look at the pushback. Let's just flatten that. We're going to take those orders off the books just in case something crazy happens. But when that flow was pinning it down, it was pinning it closer and closer and closer to VWAP. And you knew that one of two things was going to happen. It was going to spike up very aggressively, right? Because this is a pretty big pullback, or it was going to get that sweep. Now, I wanted to stay with flow, so I wanted to stay below that 5 and 10, going short. Again, any pop over that 10 was going to get me out of the trade, but it could have gone both ways. Now, this is an aggressive, this is a nice little reclaim here of VWAP, right? Nice little reclaim of VWAP. And the market has been going down for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50 minutes.
Looks back again. Street car moaning down the line like a warning sign. Some old love you can't
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, what the fuck? That's aggressive. That is aggressive.
soft and slow like the dog won't let
Wow.
you go. Oh, the neon bleeds it to AM,
Wow.
calling out your name again. Every chord this old guitar plays still burns your name. Oh, the city hears my broken prayer, floating through the midnight air. Every dream that loved ones gave now sleeps in the rain.
Double bottom sweep here. I think taking it to 326 would be the best move here before any type of bounce.
Long sustained note. Oh, the neon bleeds it to AM, through the smoke and falling rain. Every string crying soft and low, still won't let you go. Oh, the city hears my broken prayer, lonely drifting through the air. In the dark where the lost hearts came, the neon bleeds your name.
All right, guys, that's it for me. That's it for me. How long have we been on here? How long have we been on here?
The bartender
Almost 2 hours.
like tired ghosts, polishing things
Yeah, that's it for me. Because I know that if I stick around, I'm going to still try to find more trades, and I don't think that's the best thing to do. I think we'll just walk away. So we're up about 250 in the personal account. We're up, what are these not evaluation, these funded accounts? We're up 300 on this one. 300 on one, 450 on another. Shoot, man. I mean, I don't know. I think I'd like to do a lot more. I think on Monday I'll be on at market open, maybe a little bit in the pre-market, kind of get a game plan going, and then I want to make a commitment to do market open on Monday. But normally I would be on like after the first hour to hour and a half of trade, maybe that hour leading into lunchtime. So what time was that? I know it's about 8 a.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time. So about an hour and a half after the market opens. Because that gives me enough structure. That's the only thing. The market opens, like what I'm playing, like what I feel everyone should play off the market open is the levels, the homework that you did from the night before. So like showing up just in the morning, again, I probably will get to a point where I am streaming every day during market open, but a lot of that, it has to do with the levels that we're already looking at. And then it's about an hour, hour and a half after New York opens, then you kind of see some structure, right? Like, for example, today we got to see the high, we got to see the low, and then we got to see the levels that we're respecting. So now we can kind of play with that, right? Yeah, thanks, brother. I really think we're going down to 326. That's the level. 326. I don't see why it wouldn't. Probably needs one more back test here.
Some hearts learn to walk away, but the music stays alone.
Come on. If you take out these lows, below 350, there it goes. There she goes.
Guitar sings what words won't say. Long notes drifting far away. Maybe love was never meant to live inside these walls. Maybe time just borrows hearts until the silence calls. Still this old guitar and me, we understand the tone. Some nights the blues ain't sadness, it's just learning to be alone. I won't call your name tonight, but the blues already know.
Let's see it go one more time. 326 is support, guys. 326 is support. That could be the magnet. I'm in one last trade here. We're up 45 bucks. Again, that's what I'm saying. You could pick these little 50-point move, $50 moves, $40 moves. Come on, bitch. Yeah, I missed my fucking price target by like 2 fucking points. Son of a bitch. I hate when that shit happens. I'm out. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm gone. Later on. Have a good one, guys. Hopefully you guys made some money this week. Hopefully you guys enjoy your weekend. Again, smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Again, I'll leave you guys with kind of 326 as your support. Anything below that, you know, just fucking gets dicey. You have resistance between 380 and around 390-ish. Again, over 426 is bullish. I would kind of stay out of this little range right here, though. But with that being said, guys, hope you guys all enjoy your weekend.
The room grows quiet, the night grows wide, and somewhere in the fading tone